Can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Regulators! Mount up!
It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume some skirts for the eve so I could get some phones. Rolling in my ride, chilling all alone.
Just hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen a car full of girls, ain't no need to tweak. All of you search know what's up with 213.
So I hooked a left on 21 and Lewis. Some brothers shooting dice, so I said, let's do this. I jumped out the ride and said, what's up? Some brothers pulled some gas, so I said, I'm stuck.
Since these girls peeping me, I'm gonna glide and swerve. These hookers looking so hard, they straight hit the curve. Want to bigger, better things than some horny tricks. I see my homie and some suckers all in his mix.
I'm getting jacked, I'm breaking myself. I can't believe they taking Warren's wealth. They took my rings, they took my Rolex. I looked at the brother, said, damn, what's next?
They got my homie hemmed up and they all around. Can't none of them see him if they going straight pound for pound. They wanna come up real quick before they start to clown. I best pull out my strap and lay them busters down.
They got guns to my head, I think I'm going down. I can't believe it's happening in my own town. If I had wings, I would fly, let me contemplate. I glance in the cut and I see my homie Nate.
16 in the clip and 1 in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make some bodies turn cold. Now they dropping and yelling, it's a tad bit late. Nate Dogg and Warren G had to regulate. I let my gad explode. Now I'm switching my mind back into freak mode. If you won't skirt, sit back and observe. I just left a gang of those over there on the curb.
Now they got the freaks, and that's a known fact. Before I got jacked, I was on the same track. Back up, cause it's on N-A-T-E and me, the woman to the G.
Just like I thought, they were in the same spot, in need of some desperate help. But Nate Dogg and the G-Child were in need of something else. One of them dames was sexy as hell. I said, ooh, I like your size. She said my chords broke down and just sing real nice. Would you let me ride? I got a car full of girls and it's going real swell. The next stop is the East Side Motel.
Into a whole new era. G-Funk, step to this, I dare ya. Funk on a whole new level.
The rhythm is the bass and the bass is the treble.
Chords, strings, we brings melody. G-Funk, where rhythm is life and life is rhythm.
If you know like I know, you don't wanna step to this. It's the G-Funk era, funked out with a gangster twist. If you smoke like I smoke, then you're high like every day. And if your ass is a buster, 213 will regulate.
Harjaive. How are you, Tumi?
What's wrong? Get ready, get in the mood.
O arrivile.
Get like a her. Her.
Officially arrived.
Bona.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's again on surprise, Helene.
Oh.
It's like you're a closet head. You know what I mean?
Okay, well.
I feel like when I phase, ufitile mo phasing.
Don't say it so loud. Now everybody's got to hear you. How? Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's lovely to have you with us. You have broken barriers as a comedian. You have done amazing stuff. Did you ever imagine the impact you'd have on the industry?
No, not at all. I think especially because much as I get to shine, I really enjoy kind of sitting behind other people's shine. It's such a nice place to be.
You hide there.
I hide there. So when I find out I've done all of these things, and I say find out because I don't think I'm aware of it in the moment.
As you're doing them?
Yeah, until somebody says, or I read something, and then I go, oh my gosh, that's me.
That's a lot, eh?
Yeah.
But comedy is so, I don't know, I think it's a personal thing. It's deeply personal. How do you differentiate, or how do you find the fine line between sharing deep personal stories and just telling stories, Nji?
I don't even think I can separate the two, because I think with my comedy, I really like to share my perspective, my life. So if I say something that I disagree with, you must know it's something that exists in my circle of existence, and it's something I'm resisting or just fighting. And then other times it's just me and my madness. Like, Aikishaba, when I started out in comedy, I was very politically aware, very, very punchy in terms of what was happening in our country. I was that girl on top of the pulse of what was happening in terms of politically, in terms of how we relate to each other racially. And then as I grew, and I was like, but what does it mean to me? What's under my blood? My comedy became about relationships and about my children. And that was the stage of my life I was at. And the evolution of my comedy now, funny enough, is I'm getting even more naked with my audience. They're really getting to see me. I get to get a little bit vulnerable. And I think it's also just where comedy is going. There's so much comedy out there. And especially back here home in South Africa, I think we're getting to a place where people are just laying themselves bare. We're not just joking for joking's sake.
Yeah. Also comedy has not always been very welcoming to women. It hasn't always been just open arms. Yes, let's go. How did you navigate that?
I was very lucky in that I was in the right place at the right time. I got into comedy at a time where the black male comics were becoming an established thing that's expected. Like before, there used to be a thing you don't expect to see on stage, right? Okay. And so when I came in, they had now carved their niche. We expected to see a David Cow on stage, a Kagiso Lediga, a Ronnie Mudemola. And so when I jumped in, it was like, it's time. We've introduced color to the comedy scene. Now we're introducing women. And when I came in, I remember Kensani was doing it, Judy Jake was doing it, Melanie Jones in Cape Town was doing it. Those are the comedians I was aware of who were female.
At that time.
Yeah, and who were actually making money doing comedy.
That's another thing. Because there's a lot of people who are probably doing it, but not necessarily making the money. So
no, I had to be
the balance there.
No, friend, let me tell you, for me, with anything I do, I've always loved the arts, but I've vehemently been against the idea of a starving artist. I'm like, it doesn't sound sexy. It doesn't sound romantic. I don't know whose idea that was and why they thought it was cute. And so right from when I was in varsity, I was like, I want to understand the money side of the entertainment
and that's
industry.
A big thing.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing.
No, because me, I like nice things. And
nice life.
I can't always be chasing Habibi. I want to be able to get it for myself.
And we know Habibi's a bit problematic.
Ish, my friend.
Troublesome there by Habibi.
Some of us, we want to apply ourselves to our own money.
Let it be yours. Let it be all yours. You've performed to international audiences.
Yeah.
What's the difference in terms of how your type of humor is received internationally and with local audiences?
I think locally right now, because there's an expectation, I actually find it so much harder because I'm trying to live up to Tumi Morake. But what's nicer about performing at home is the references are right there. I know you get what I'm saying. I can switch languages.
Yes.
When I perform overseas, I have to be very aware of my references.
That would be my biggest struggle with anything overseas in terms of performing there.
Right?
I hear you. The language is a big thing.
Language is a big thing. References are a big thing. And South Africans, we are so tuned into the rest of the world. We think the rest of the world is tuned in, and it's not. Ooh. We can be anywhere in the world. We will get it. We can go into any comedy room. We'll be on top of what they're talking about.
Yes.
But people aren't paying as much attention to us as we're paying to them. So I think that's been the big difference. So what I've learned is, so when I'm in the UK, I know I can take my time, tell a story, and my English is their English. We're together. When I'm in America, I'm like, okay, I must drop the Anglo-Black sin. I must not speak English. I must speak American.
Yeah, and it's a different language.
Yeah. And you must get to the punchline. There's no time to go on a journey.
Oh.
That's been my experience of it anyway. Funny thing though, I performed in Netherlands last year, was it? Or the year before last year. And I remember thinking, wait, English is my second language. The people in the room, English is their second and third language.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, hey, this is the one instance where I speak better English than
Than
the Caucasians
everybody.
in the room.
That never happens.
So the tricky thing there is you're not just now trying to make sure they get what you're talking about. You also want to keep it to the English words that everybody
they can understand.
will understand.
Sure.
So I think that was it. Because even in Paris, when I did comedy in Paris, I was like, okay, I need to. And I found that I get more physical when I do those kind of shows and I
Yeah.
slow down more. Because naturally I speak very quickly. So what I learned was it's bad enough they have to get past the accent. If I speak too quickly, they're going to
They can't
lose
hear you.
everything I've
They can't
said.
hear you.
Yeah.
They
so-
can't hear, literally can't hear.
They
anything
can't.
you've said.
You may as well be.
That's probably what they're hearing half the time. And then when one laughs, they're like, funny. Let's all laugh. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a bit hectic. Warren G, girl?
Yeah.
Tell me.
I go way back with hip hop. So I think my hip hop phase lasted from high school all the way to university to maybe my early years as a mom. And then I don't know what happened to my life, but
You became a mom. That's what
I
happened
did.
to your life.
No, but I think also I'm a little bit purist and a little old school and a little snobbish when it comes to music. So I feel like with hip hop, for example, I felt like it left us a little bit,
Yeah.
Like now there's hamina hamina hey hamina ha. I
Now
can't
it's
listen to
hippity
hamina
hop.
hamina. I
It's
can't
hippity
listen to
hop
hamina
now.
hamina. But it's also cool that I'm getting back into hip hop, where I'm listening to your J. Cole's, your Kendrick Lamar's. I'm relearning who has a voice that I vibe with. Because I don't think it's that there's anything wrong with
Yeah.
hip hop where it's at. It's got its people. But I love people who know the language and mess with the words and tell you a story.
And tell you stories. I must say, it's a difficult space, this hip hop, hey? How old are your kids?
15, 13, and 11.
And all going on 35.
Brah.
All going on
Bruh.
35.
Like, yo, mom, okay, who's getting the N-word ticket today? Like,
Okay.
nobody, no, you can't just use the N-word all willy-nilly.
Okay.
But
There's
if-
a whole ticket for it.
Yeah, so if
Great.
there's a context, and then it's like, yeah, but mom, it's the N-word with a hard R, or it's an N-word with a soft, like, yeah.
There's a hard R one, there's a soft. It's a lot.
No, because it's hard for me. I love Snoop Dogg, for example. He's like one of my biggest hip hop heroes. I can't even listen to him because then the kids go, Mom, it's an explicit. I feel judged.
And to listen to try and listen to Snoop Dogg without
Clean.
there's going to be a lot of toot toot
Yes.
toot toot in everything that you. No, I was asking you that to say, the hip hop then and the hip hop that they are listening to is different.
It's very different. Yeah,
It's totally different, and
Yeah.
it's a lot.
It is.
Yeah, it's serious
But
schooling there.
I'm proud of myself in that my kids can still sing along to Bo Regulate.
Ah, that's nice.
They will sing DMX songs. They can even sing KRS-One stuff.
Ah.
And that's when I realized that okay, I am still holding on to that side of me a little bit because when I hear them vibing to it and I can see they're checking to see if I can hear what they're vibing to, I'm like, yeah.
Listen, hold on to it. You're cool there. Hold on to it. They'll come back later and be like, Mom, remember that song that you put us on? That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the song for you. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do a double play. So when we come back, you need to tell me about your songs that you've chosen. Yeah?
Aye,
We're
there.
going with Let Me Be, Double HP.
Oh,
Yes, and Mulemi. So you're going to tell us about that. And then you must also tell us about Thandiswa Nizalwa Ngobani when we come back.
If you missed it, catch the rewind on radio2000.co.za. The Hot Seat, Thursdays on Life, Love and All with Mapaseka on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. Claim your day and start it right with Rhythm at Dawn with Mateko. Monday to Friday, 4 to 6 a.m. Followed by the Big Breakfast Show from 6 to 9 a.m.
Good morning.
With DJ Spoo, Nati, and Lelo on sports. Don't do life solo because it's better together with Ndombi from 9 a.m. to midday. Watching the music throne on the Royal Playground with the King, David Mashabela, midday to 3 p.m.
The music is on point.
Paul, Isaac, and Lonwabo drive you home with the Drive Connection from 3 to 6 p.m.
You can't say my legs are going.
It's game time with Tabiso Musia on Game On from 6 to 7 p.m. Mapaseka unpacks life, love, and all from 7 to 9 p.m. Wrap up your day with Mino with Just Ice, 9 p.m. to midnight. This is Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. Life, love, and all.
It's the hot seat, and guess who's here? Malay is here. Home is Lesotho, I get.
So home is Lesotho. You know, my mom worked in the Free State for most of her life, and you know, we have our home base in Ladybrand, which is a 5-minute drive from the border, and that's pretty much where I spent most of my years as a young child in Ladybrand in the Free State.
Okay.
So I found a recording studio, a producer by the name of Bobby Johnson, who's still, you know, doing beautiful music in Bloemfontein, and he recorded my first demo, which was a song about teenage pregnancy.
Life, love, and all. Monday to Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. From R&B to hip-hop, soul and jazz. Music as you like it. This is Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. Thursdays on Life, Love and All with Mapaseka on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories.
I know this. What? Oh, you did this? Walk on back. Oh. Nigga, do you know like what the song saying, Joe? Do you know these kind of people that this song saying about it? Let me give you a sample, man. You can feel that. Come on, man. Now this track is gonna be shifted a little bit. Gonna be talking about these maganyanes I keep dealing with. Some you might not know, some you might know them. House are they late, mate, still it's no problem. See, all along the aim of the song was to write an invitation for my dealers and call them. Sit them down and show them. For the jabba let's bill, pay dues and don't hold them anything. That's just one of many things. I work hard cause God promised me everything. So I'ma do them everything. I'ma eat, drink, be happy, let you hate on this heavy thing. Cause you don't wanna see a good guy prosper. Fake mobsters, loud foster, net cost us. Thinking I'm a newcomer like Coke Popsters. Have you forgotten what I'm a top stars? Come on, nigga. What's up? Cool corn, puffin' a cigarette. Get some magali keke. Don't think go jala ma ada ampona go jala mkaka. Koro jala maganga nigga. Now, I dedicate this to promoters who mess up gigs when people came to support us. I'm talking about those who owe us. Always ass kissing like they know us. Truth of the matter, go to those few boys. Ask for dough to sing the very same chorus. Out sponsor, now I'm paying on my own for this concert. Hey, look, boss, I drove from Josie. I got 2 tickets and nearly ran over a donkey. I got no dough, petrol don'ty. And do you know how long I've been smoking this dumpy? Basically, I'm saying for the rebatu. We need extra money, pilot one at the bar too. But nah, you act like the khashu. Thinking for the jabba all the beds, I got you. Cool corn, puffin' a cigarette. Don't think go jala ma ada ampona go jala mkaka. Koro jala maganga nigga.
Kere, uselo kesera. Don't be too friendly, how pela. Sapata matale untu itikakena. Kingwana boko egi tuta ditila ke babone. Babata unyata. Once bautela baite batsa ke bajinda. La bone latla, maro apula, ya fafatsa like bada. Spread all over your braid of mana. I'm smooth bringing hits that will hit you harder. I'm a general, leading army from Ghana. For the full circle from a son to a father. Kimokwa, what did he pass? He butwa. Ababa de rotoma marbaba hoja. Then they wonder why I keep a pizza the kofa. Let me eat in peace, not in pieces with fufa. Sudan,
nigga. Yes, that was Mr. Mo Mulimi, Bona. Look out. Le Gonko. What would you want to call one? Bobo, easy. Cool corn, puffin' a cigarette. Get some magali keke. Don't think go jala ma ada ampona go jala mkaka. Koro jala maganga.
It's Chava. What do you think, Chaz? Hey man, they quick to pretend, you know. And I think, you know what, the best thing you can do is just walk on by, you know. Shut the car out. But, you know, it's just one of those things, man. I don't know, that's a cool drive in. Alright.
Radio 2000. Our music, your memories.
The world changes, revolutionaries die, and the children forget. The ghetto is our first love, and our dreams are drenched in gold. We don't even cry. We don't even cry about it no more. Are the beautiful ones really dead? Nisilibelo man, nisala ngoma. Nisala ngoma. Nisilibelo man, nisala ngoma nina. Nisala ngoma. Nisilibelo man, nisala ngoma. Nisala ngoma. Nisilibelo man, nisala ngoma nina. Nisala ngoma. The world changes, revolutionaries die, and the children forget. The ghetto is our first love, and our dreams are drenched in gold. We don't even cry. We don't even cry. We don't even cry about it no more.
Sizigqibile izindaba. Dumi.
Bona.
eGauteng ungumama. Iring to you. What does this song say?
It's the thing that keeps me grounded regardless of anything that happens in my life, no matter what success, no matter what downtime, failure, when I'm feeling disconnected. And there's this song, I just think of Tandiso, and I'm like, yeah, you know, you are not at the mercy of whatever's happening in your life in that moment. And when you're doing well, it's not your victory, it's the village's victory.
Yeah.
So I love that song. For
It's your
that.
ancestors'
It's your
dreams coming true through you.
Yeah, because, you know, also we have very young children who are just so consumed with everything they get on TikTok and all of these, you know, social media and all of this information. And I always feel like you guys tend to know everything except where you're from. And so I feel like then the onus is on us to bring our babies back.
So true.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Tumi Morake, comedian and everything else in the entertainment industry. I feel like you're one of those people that can get into a space and just rock it. I mean, I saw your acting and I was like, how do me? And it was like so flawless. So there's a movie that you did that I absolutely fell in love with your character on.
Oh my word.
Loved every minute of it. Somebody was getting married.
Oh, seriously single?
Seriously single.
There's two with people getting married, but is it the one with the friend who's obsessed with relationships?
Seriously single.
Yes.
Seriously. The acting on that one.
Oh, friend.
I must be honest, I was blown away.
Thank you.
I was like, whoa, I've always known that you're an entertainment person.
Right.
I've always known that you would be definitely gifted in that, in that front. But the acting, I was like, whoa.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Okay.
That's nice. And you didn't bring Tumi.
No.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
You didn't bring Tumi to the character. You brought the character to the character.
Yeah.
You almost gave this person a different feel. If I didn't know Tumi before, I would have met you and called you Kalibito Lamutu.
And it's funny because I was so uncomfortable shooting that thing because of the way she had to dress. Like anyone who knows me knows I'm not trying to have my bits out of in public
and all of that.
No, ni udi tight this. Like I watched it recently and I was like, yo, do me Mkabisto, yo, do me, your boobies are out. Oh my gosh,
everybody's out.
Everything's out. Like, you know, and I have to be honest, like I got a lot of West African admirers from that, and I was like, these brothers are like kotong kotong.
Hello, they like that thing.
But yeah, that was a great role. I enjoyed that.
You did amazing in it.
Thank you.
You did absolutely amazing.
Thank you. I think a lot of people are not aware. I didn't start as a comedian. I studied, I did my BA in dramatic art at Wits, and when I was studying, I majored in writing, I majored in directing. I'd done all the acting in my earlier years, but I didn't, when it was time to now go, okay, how are you ending this thing off? I decided I'm ending this thing off as a writer-director, and the rest will come to me. But acting has always been my first love.
Oh, wow.
And so it was just great to have someone go, I've got a role for you. You have to read this thing. And I read it and I was like, I can eat and leave no crumbs.
Yeah.
So that was dope.
Well, you ate it all up.
Thank you.
These kiddos,
last side.
Bare, you ate it all up.
Scabri yum yum yum.
Hello, left no crumbs. Hello, you took all of it. And then tell me about Double HP.
Oh, very close to my heart.
Oh,
very, very close to my heart.
The whole album, eh?
The whole album. I can't when I listen, I can't go, ooh, YBA to Northwest. Let me pick a song. I go straight from Le Fatshe.
That is an amazing one as well.
Such an incredible human being. So also when I listen to his music, you see, he was not my BFF in any way, but the reason WHP is special to me is, number one, when I moved to Joburg, and that was the music I'd be busting all the time. The Motswako crew, your Kulichanas, your Molimis, him, Dukes. That was the music I played, and it just made me feel like home is not too far, right? The second thing is he wrote the theme music for Quarter Life Crisis, which was the first time I'd gotten to produce my own sitcom, 2 seasons.
Oh, wow.
And he created this track with Tasman. And so that,
close
to my heart, that. And we'd also actually started writing a sitcom for him as well. which he ended up not doing, understandably, because I think it was really out of his comfort zone. But I don't think that show would have been what it was without his essence. You know, it went on to even win a couple of SAFTAs, if I'm not mistaken. Khadi Dumeli.
Aha.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So it was really... No, it wasn't Khadi Dumeli, man.
No, Khadi Dumeli is...
I'm confusing my shows. I did so many SABC
Hello,
shows,
baby.
girl.
Look
You
at
know,
that.
my
Listen to
prolific
that.
career as a writer.
Listen to you.
But yeah, it was just really special to write this thing, and yeah. So I love that whole entire album as well because it was so him. And I love that. You know, when people pass away, especially with this, as the kids call it, unaliving themselves.
Yes.
You kind of, you find yourself going through a journey backwards because you're trying to go, how, why, inging. And then I just sat there and I went, you'll never know why, but it's interesting to watch somebody's identity in their art, in what they offer us, you know. Yeah. And for me, that's also my favorite memory of him, that playful guy who was very proud of where he was from and was building and wasn't building by himself. He had a thing of bringing everyone up with him.
And put the whole place on a map, eh?
Yeah, man. And also for me, he reminds me of growing in the comedy industry as well. You know, I'm doing shows here and there, open spots and whatever. Dukes and them already established, Coolies, popular, Morafi was still big at the time. So I'd go to their concerts. And it would be so cool because, you know, when you've gone to school with people, you don't want to papella them. Like, now you arrive there, you're like, you remember me.
Yeah.
But it was very special that they called me by my VIN number. When I see these guys, they're like, Relopile.
Yes.
And I'm like, yo, guys, you have to understand, if I'm in Johannesburg,
I'm not
anybody uses that name, I'm like, you don't just know me. You know me.
You know me. Yeah. You're like deep in there.
Yeah, like I have to stop and give you the attention.
Oh, but that's okay. Now, guys, we've just learned something. Relopile. Okay, we'll be every now and again we'll be screaming it out.
Just
shake are you here? Are you feeling us? To me, as a writer, your book and then Mama Said, deep stories there. It's such a powerful piece. And sure, looking at the stories that you share, what was the most difficult story for you to share there?
I think the hardest thing for me to share, there's two that I can't quite tell what was harder. It was...
You can give us both.
Just saying goodbye to my mother. Writing about that was the first time I found myself saying it outside of me. And also the sexual assault on me. That was hard.
You write about that as well.
Yeah, that was quite hard. Because I remember when I was recording the audiobook, because I recorded my own audiobook as well.
Nice.
And I remember getting super choked up. Like, I was okay, man. I'd been doing this book. Like, even the producer guy was like, oh, we're flowing. For some reason, I got there. And I just felt broken. And it was just the brokenness of, I have healed from this. I have moved on. It's just the realization of what time did to me when I hadn't. I remembered what I was like before I was able to utter those words and deal with what it meant.
Yeah.
You know, to this day, I'm still in therapy.
Look, it's never an easy route for anyone to walk.
Yeah.
But reading it, as you've written it, for me, felt like therapy. It felt like you were literally talking yourself through it.
Yeah.
Which is quite a big thing. And it's a huge step for you to take as somebody who has gone through that. This world, we live with triggers on a daily.
Yep.
A friend of mine said to me a few weeks ago, Ari, in a group of 4 or 5 women, try and find me more than one that has never been violated.
Sure.
And that hit me hard.
Yeah.
Because I was like, ooh, that's bad. Yeah. So all these stories that people have to share, but not everybody gets to talk about them outside of themselves.
Yeah.
But it eats you up.
It does. And it's scary how many women just don't get to even go through that for themselves because to acknowledge that this happened means I'm going to allow myself to go through something I'm not ready to go through.
Yeah.
You don't even know what it is, but you're afraid of it. You're scared of what it'll do to you to acknowledge this. And I don't know, for me, I was hoping that there will be people who've been there who read this and for them find their own healing and their own way of expressing that it happened. But I was also feeling like afterwards, I was like, yeah, the next book I write, I want to emphasize that we must, when we talk stats, start saying how many men are doing it. Because if you're saying 1 in 10 women have this done to them, it means when I'm entering a room, can we agree that it means one of you guys
has done it?
You're
Yes.
dead. You understand? And I mean, that stat I'm giving is me trying to be kind to the stats because we know it's worse than that.
Yes.
But yeah, that book, I also wrote it, the way I am. Me, I laugh in between the pain. I laugh in between the anger. I would lose my mind if I didn't. And that's why I wrote it like that, because I wanted whoever's reading it to still be feeling good and not feeling weighed down after they read the book.
I was actually going to ask you, how do you laugh at yourself?
A
Do you
lot.
look at everything that you've gone through in life and find the silver lining, for lack of a better word, or find the funny in it?
Oh, my friend, I'm so afraid of pain that laughter is the thing that gets me through it. Like all my worst moments, even my mom's funeral, which is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. There was a lot of comedy happening there.
Sure.
My breakdown only happened way later.
After.
Like, I was on stage that Sunday, man. I was making jokes.
Sure.
Talking about having a deadline and a funeral. And I was like, the two are related, but they're not.
But you're hearing yourself. It's a deadline.
and a funeral.
Oh, woman, Tumi, man. What Tumi, let's take
In
a
that
break.
order.
Tumi, I want a break. I need a break. Let's take a break.
If you missed it, catch the rewind on radio2000.co.za. The Hot Seat, Thursdays on Life, Love and All with Mapaseka on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. Explore the digital space of Radio 2000. Connect with us on social media. Click through to radio2000.co.za, where you can listen back to conversations you might have missed live. Check out your favorite presenter's profile, stay up to date with upcoming events, and find out how you can advertise with us. This and so much more on radio2000.co.za. Radio 2000, beyond the airwaves. Our music, your memories. Life, love, and all.
And I've got Joe Nina with me in the studio.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
25 years of Joy of Jazz.
Yes.
And it's 30 years of Ding Dong.
Ding Dong. Yes, exactly.
30 years of Ding Dong.
Yes.
Now that's staying power, that.
Yes, bless the Lord. Yeah, it's humbling me, and it's been my nightmare at the same time, because we'd have a beautiful setup every time when you say this is my last song, and then they say ding dong, ding dong.
Yeah.
Maria Podesta. If you don't play it, then there is no show.
Maria Podesta became a thing.
Yes.
And that's because of you.
Life, love, and all. Monday to Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. The music you love.
I've been really trying, baby.
On Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. The Hot Seat. Thursdays on Life, Love and All with Mapaseka on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories.
The Soil, Sedilaga, amongst many, I tell you. This is your mum's song.
This is my mom's song. This is my mom's song. Even when she was going down into the ground, we insisted they must play this song. Tebza.
Umo Tebza.
Oh my gosh, Mama. Osinda, as people would call her. Yeah, so this song used to make me break down every time. Because I remember my mom, if we're taking a trip, if we're going to bed, if there's visitors who are about to leave for a long trip, if something is going on and we're going to pray, my mom would start this song. This is the song we sing. And my mom was such a big fan of everything I did. Half the time she didn't get it, but she was like, proud. She was like, you went and told me you're going to do this thing, which I thought is crazy.
Yeah.
And you've done it.
And you've done amazing at it. She's still there, loving you always. Let's take another break.
We have different languages and cultures, but what we have in common is that we all want a dignified funeral and for our loved ones not to worry about money when the time comes. Trust Clientele to provide you with affordable funeral cover that will pay out within 24 hours. SMS Radio 2000 to 45538. That's Radio 2000 to 45538. SMS now. Clientele Life is a licensed life insurer and an authorized FSP. Standard rates, terms, and conditions apply.
The Queens of South Africa's beautiful game are taking a break from their pitch duties to dress up and walk on the purple carpet. It's a special evening to celebrate players, coaches, administrators, and officials for their incredible devotion to the game. This is the Hollywoodbet Super League Awards 2024. From grassroots to glory. Witness the Hollywoodbet Super League Awards on Sunday, 26 January at 7:30 p.m. live on SABC1 and SABC radio stations. Also available at your fingertips on SABC Plus. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport. For the love of the game.
Radio 2000 has signed a code of conduct that is enforced by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Under the code, we are committed to giving news that is accurate, comment that is fair, and programming that is not harmful to children and does not amount to hate speech or the description of gratuitous violence or explicit sex. If you think we are not living up to this code, you can inform the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Direct any complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa, P.O. Box 412-364, Craighall 2024. Or send an email to bccsa@nabsa.co.za. For more information, please visit bccsa.co.za.
Keep calm and listen on. This is Radio 2000. Our music, your memories.
The Hot Seat. Thursdays on Life, Love and All with Mapaseka on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories.
About 6 minutes to go until 9 o'clock. Coming up at 9, we've got the news with Roseanne. And then just after that, Just Ice comes in with a Mino. For now, though, I've got Tumi in the studio. Tumi.
Yeah.
So what's happening? What are you doing?
You're
always doing so much. And that's beautiful. So what are you working on now?
Sir, I'm very excited. I get to introduce South Africa to the next 20 comedy stars, potential comedy stars to come out of various parts of this our beautiful country. So on the 26th, we're having the Comics Choice Showcase where you have
Sunday.
This very Sunday.
Right.
If you come, guys, you can have drinks with us. About 4, and then at 5 we start with awards. So join us.
Hello.
We're going to be at the Maslow, and
it's
so
the
you've
accent
got
for me.
A friend.
It's the accent.
Yeah, because, So we're going to have these 20 young comedians doing 5 minutes each. They have 5 minutes to impress and enthrall because we're going to vote for the best newcomer out of those 20.
Who's voting?
So it's the comedy fraternity is going to be voting.
Okay.
But obviously there's also public voting involved at Comics Choice Awards. So come and see the new talent. Like, guys, please, you have to, oh my gosh, you have to come and see these new talents, because I was going to say these young comics, but they're not all young. Some people are. That's a nice thing about comedy. They're not young, but they're new. So you'll find there's a 50-year-old divorcee who wants to come and start something new, and they jump on, and then the next big thing. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. I get to host that. It reminds me of me, because my first 5 minutes made John Flismus fall in love with my comedy. He spoke about me on radio, which boosted my confidence like crazy.
Wow, that's nice.
And I've pushed, because I've always gone, this guy mentioned me on radio. I have to make sure I live up to what he said.
When was that?
So this was, oh my gosh, this was 2004. 2005.
You mean batala?
It's batala talk. It's batala talk. Because at the time, I hadn't even started doing it regularly. So I would just jump on and do 5 minutes when I'm free. I was a writer, making my money, working for Mubango. Yes, fun fact, I wrote for Mubango at some point.
Hello. But you've written for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You've written for a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have. My stuff is on Netflix, on SABC, on everything, really.
Look at her.
I'm very proud.
This is like...
I'm very proud.
I'm trying so hard to be humble, but my gosh, it's not happening.
Yeah. Because I think I'm in a part of... there's a plateau you reach in your career sometimes, and the next thing is down or up.
Yeah.
And I can feel my upward momentum is coming.
Oh, that's lovely.
And how I know this is because I am suddenly not having to be... don't have to be told to celebrate myself.
That's nice.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing. People don't get to celebrate themselves. They wait so long for other people to celebrate them, and it never happens. So that's beautiful. How did you get there?
Oh my gosh, I got there by hitting rock bottom. And then while I was at rock bottom, uThabiso Mazwati nizilibelo nizala. I was like, hey, hold on.
Come up, get up.
Asedi Laka was like, the light is still shining. The light never went anywhere. You were the one not seeing it. The darkness it never consumed you. You just looked in the direction of the darkness, forgetting the source of light.
And also, it could just be night.
It could just be night.
And morning is still coming.
Yeah. So I'm really hoping also when these young comics come and they become superstars overnight, that they remember that hold on to that feeling, because that feeling doesn't last forever. But also allow yourself to go through a winter, because there will come a time when you go through winter. And guess what? It's a good thing. Yeah. As artists, we've learned to be scared of that time. But now I've realized, no. When you look at the season, summer, you get to enjoy the heat, Spring is the rebirth, right? But what happens in winter? It's the rest. It's
hibernation.
Rest. It's hibernation. Rejuvenate. Take the time out.
Take the time and do it. I'm going to ask you to introduce the next song. I mean, you chose it.
Oh, my next song. Okay, this next song, guys. My children have been living in the States for the past 3 years. They came to South Africa. They were singing this song with their slashies in the air. Biri Maroon. I was impressed because, unfortunately, I am one of those parents whose kids speak primarily English. They sing this song word for word.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you love it. So this is your song.
Ona, Leona. Badlala, but Biri Maroon.
Chisawen. Ke batla bona wetsa Shanda Pa. Okay.
Ke don't have a January.
Re emetse Shanda Pa. Tumi, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely beautiful, lovely hour we've had with you.
Thank you.
And all the best, hey, with all that you're doing.
Thank you. See you guys on Sunday, 4 p.m.
See you on Sunday.
Bye.
Hita, Mandela, Rapakeda, Unilever, Goborete, Emalema, Osagara Shatagalingwe, Osagara gets dance, man, Tibiteri Nagasama, let's get, Skepesela Sadi Rap dance, man, cash content, Shanda Pa.